Hey folks, it's Ben. We're here with our snowblower. Don't really have a good starting point, so we'll just start with the key. It seems to just spin, which isn't really any good. It should come out though. Oh, there it is. Okay, and if it's like any other type tractor key, it's just a rubber thing here. And that's like that, and cool. So it's really just a nut that's loose. So let me grab a pair of pliers here and take care of that. And so by tightening this nut here, we essentially just close it to the bottom of the frame, and it's now stiff again. So we can put a little pretend rubber thing here and put the key in it, and now we're in theory working again. I don't know if it works yet, but we're getting there. Let's check out the probably should tear apart the carburetor on this thing next. We know it kind of has compression. So honestly, maybe we'll pull the spark plug, see if it has any spark. Yeah, that's what I'll do next. Pull the spark plug out, see if it actually sparks. Alright, so I guess I had it tilted this way. I had to get it out of the sun, so I just dragged it in the Quonset over there. I cleaned up, I pulled the plug out, cleaned it up, and gapped it to 30 thousandths, which it was pretty much already at. And it cleaned up pretty well. It's a little fouled around there, but what matters is good. And it does spark, so when the machine is on, and it doesn't when it's off. So that part works. So we'll stick the plug back in the hole, and then we're going to have to start focusing on the carburetor, I'm guessing. So we'll do that part next, but let me stick this in the hole. Nothing seized or anything. I'll put a dab of anti-seize on it, just to make sure I'll be able to get it out later. Alright, so carburetor. First I meant gas tank, so I'm going to disconnect it here with just this pinch cable. I did watch a couple YouTube videos, make sure I'm not in left field, and I'm not. We'll pull that. There's a fuel filter there. I presume it's good, but when we run a little carburetor cleaner through the whole line here, we'll see if it's any good. Okay, so run some carb cleaner through the fuel line, and it seems to be fine. It flows peachy, and the line here is clear. A little bit of gas also came out, but there doesn't appear to be any blatant leaks either, so that is also a good sign of things. So next I'm going to drop the bowl after I do a wash down. In fact, next cutscene I'll show you will be it being hopefully washed down. Collect all my drippings in this pot here so we don't contaminate the ground. So I got my cosmetic cleaning of the carburetor done. It cleans up pretty well. The governor mechanism, throttle mechanism right here, it's self-governed. There's no choice as the operator is free to operate, so it's currently wide open throttle. As it gets too fast it closes, and that's free to run, so I'm pleased with that. The air intake is crappy as always, but that's fine. Let's drop the bowl. I don't know if there's anything in it, so I'm gonna lay it down again and put my liquid collection container under it, so when I drop it, if it does have oaky gas, once again, I'm not contaminating the ground. I'm shooting outside because it's a little bit nicer outside today. Usually I do this sort of thing on my workbench, but for this case here, we'll just do it outside. So that way, any drippings will come down there. I'm not actually going to remove the carburetor from the device because I don't have any gaskets. If something, yeah, and see there was gas in it. And it does smell mixed, so that's good too. But having gas in it's a good sign, as long as it doesn't blow onto my lawn. But we'll give it a good clean out anyway, some carb cleaner. And not drip everywhere, please, that'd be great. There we go. Take that out, we'll give that a good clean. I'm gonna wiggle the bowl down here. And it's got some crap and sediment in it, so I'm glad we did that. Hope the rubber gasket's fine. And that seems to follow up and down fine, so we'll just give it a good spray from where it's at. Oops, there it comes. We'll clean all this and put it all back in the hole. So we've done some more cleaning on the carburetor for sure. Some good tips though. Make sure you've got that ring nice and clear. When you clean the carburetor with cleaner and stuff like that, if you get any debris up there, you want to make sure you clean it off. But everything else has been washed. Everything seems to be clear. Liquids are going everywhere they need to go, so that's a good sign. So next I've just got to restore the bowl, and with the spark plug being good to go, that pretty much says that we'll give it a spin after this. Sure, I don't show you cool things like taking the spark plug out, but I do show you annoying things like putting fuel in the tank. Alright, so nice shiny carburetor. The nice thing is there's no apparent leaks anywhere. And it's obviously a gravity fuel system. So per the instructions, doesn't actually say prime as in owner's manual, whatever. So we'll give it a couple presses here. Choke's on full. See how Well, how about that? If you have any questions, just let me know. Pretty cool.